Good morning and welcome to the first day of the 2019 season here at Drayton Manor Park. Now, of course, Drayton Manor is located in Tamworth. It's another local park for me, along with Alton Towers, that I've got an annual pass to. I come regularly throughout the year. And of course, I've nipped down today, just on my own, just to come and get some of the updates for 2019, get back on some of my favourite rides, and mainly just have a little look round, you know, a bit of a nosy, see what's happened over the closed season, keep you guys up to date with what's happened here at Drayton Manor for the 2019 season. And of course, it's also quite a special year for the park this year, because their signature roller coaster, of course, Shockwave, that's located just behind me, is 25 years old in 2019. And I thought I'm going to have to start my first vlog of the season from Drayton Manor with a ride, of course, on Shockwave. It's a great coaster. I mean, I know it's a bit of a controversial decision, but I just love it because it's a unique attraction. Of course, when it opened in 1994, it was the only stand-up roller coaster in Europe. It remained that for many years. I mean, there is a second one now, but still it's the only one here in the UK. And yeah, we're lucky to have it, in my opinion. It might be quite a short ride, but it's a great ride, you know, and what it's got in there, the action-packed elements, the zero-G roll that's, of course, unique to any other stand-up coaster in the world. There's no other stand-up what's got that element. So yeah, it's quite a unique style ride, and you know, I hope its future's safe here at Drayton Manor. Of course, throughout this video, I'll be giving you a bit of an update on all the other changes around the park. Obviously, last year, we had the information that G-Force was not going to be opening for this season. So I look forward to having a little look around the park, seeing what's changed for the season, and of course, keeping you up to date on all the changes for this year. Really enjoyed a good front row ride there on Shockwave on the first train of the 2019 season. Running really well, actually, quite smooth in terms of how Shockwave goes. I know it's not the smoothest coaster out there, and I've said myself in previous vlogs, I think as the year goes on, I just find it, you know, it gets a little bit rougher. But it all depends, you know, with a lot of coasters out there, it depends on the weather conditions, the temperature. You know, today it's running nice, you know, the blue train's on the track. I do much prefer the blue train to the red train. I feel like it runs a lot better and also fits with the whole colour scheme more with the track and the supports and just the station in general. But yeah, it was running really well, and of course the ride was refreshed a couple of years ago. All the queue line was painted up and all the new screens and things in there, and so yeah, it does look better. And like I say, that front row ride, it was good, you know, and like I say, it's a unique coaster, and it's certainly one that I hope stays in its current form at Drayton Manor. Of course, a lot of stand-up roller coasters around the world have been transformed into sit-down or floorless coasters, and it does make me wonder if one day the time might come for this to happen. And it will be sad in a way that we're losing the stand-up elements, but as Drayton Manor seems to move its focus more to a family park and moving away from the thrills, that might also allow them to bring the height restriction down potentially on this. But I tell you what, going through that loop what was designed for a stand-up coaster would certainly be very interesting on a sit-down or a floorless train, because it's quite a tight loop, so it'd be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, it was a good ride. And anyway, up next I'm going on the park's Zamperla Air Race, called Air Race. Let's go. It's a very quiet day today here at Drayton Manor. Of course, it's a Wednesday when the park's opened, and in a way that's really good because it means that they've got a couple of days to get all the rides running round again with people on, or whatever people are here anyway, before the weekend, where of course it'll be a lot busier. But anyway, yeah, I've just had a ride on the Park Zamperla Air Race that's also located in this area of the park. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update as to what's happening around here in terms of the other rides. Of course, we've got Splash Canyon, the Rapids ride, where of course there was the awful incident that happened on there a couple of years back. It is still all closed at the moment, and as you can see, you've got this permanent fence that's been put in that completely blocks off the area. But in terms of all the queue line, the ride itself and the station, it looks like nothing's happened down there at the moment, so I don't think we're going to see that opening anytime soon. Of course, as you can see by the waterfall over here, I mean, I love that. This waterfall for me is like a staple part of Drayton Manor. I mean, when I used to come as a kid, always used to have a photo out the front just here. And yeah, it just looks really nice, doesn't it? Really good to see that Stormforce 10 is back in action for the start of the season. It doesn't open at the start of the day. It's open from 12 till 5 today. There is a nice entrance sign there out the front. I don't plan on riding it today because it's still not quite the weather for it for me. Go back a few years, I would have gone on the water rides whenever, but there you are, you can see a boat just about to go down the drop, and I'll get some off-ride shots of it throughout the day for you. There we are, about to go down the double drop at the end. Whee! And of course you do get absolutely soaked on this, especially on the back row on the drop, where you're literally just about to see the boat coming down now, right there. It's a soaker of a drop, that one. Yeah, when you're on that back row, honestly, it's crazy. But yeah, so that's a bit of an update on the water ride. But this looks really fresh. They spent quite a lot of money on it, painted it all up. Looked really nice last year, all the boats and everything. So yeah, really pleased with Stormforce 10, and the fact they've got it back for the start of the season is great. Anyway, let's have a little update on G-Force. Of course, we know this ride is going to be removed at some point in the near future. A Marathon X-Car roller coaster. And yeah, of course, you know, it was not a great ride in my opinion. I know a lot of people out there still thought, oh, it was all right. But me personally, I was not a big fan of it at all. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this space in the near future. In terms of all the signage and things, I thought they might have removed it, because if we have a look at the map, it's completely gone, it's disappeared. If we look on the map, there we are, you are here, but there's no big red roller coaster above you, you know, it's literally just gone. But yeah, you know, I did think they might have took the signage down, but here we go, we can see some boards just over there, so we'll have a look at the fencing. But yeah, this G-Force logo, I mean, it looks in terrible condition that now, doesn't it? I'm surprised that they haven't removed that, to be honest. It might come in the near future, and like this archway here as well. Of course, they used to have the cable car just here as well. That was removed a couple of years back. So this is a big space, and with Drayton Manor moving more towards the family market than the thrill market, I'd like to see something like a Vekoma suspended coaster, a bit like Flight of the Pterosaur, what you've got down at Paulton's Park. Something a bit like that, I think will work really well in this area. But here we go, planning for future fun. So, you know, something's happening around here. Just thought they might have removed all the branding, you know, like up at the top. But yeah, there you go, you can still see all the entrance and everything in place. Got some big steel girders down there at the side. But yeah, very interesting. That's a bit of an update for you. Like I say, it opened in 2005, and yeah, it shut in the season last year. It did operate some of the days last year, but it wasn't open on a regular basis. And then, of course, a lot of people have said to me, you know, what do you think is going to be put in place? You know, I'm not expecting a thrill coaster. I don't think we should expect a thrill coaster from what is now a very family-focused park. I do think they're going to go down the route of a family coaster, maybe. I don't know if it'll go on this site, but definitely the next coaster here I'd expect to be family when it is put in. But yeah, overall I'm impressed with operations. I mean, Shockwave trains are going round, you know, they're soon getting all the harnesses checked and everything. And yeah, up next I'm going on another one of my favourite rides here at Drayton Manor, of course located just behind me. It is Maelstrom, the Intamin Gyro swing. So let's go for a ride, and I'll see you when I come off. Maelstrom is just one of those rides that keeps me coming back to Drayton Manor. I absolutely love entering gyro swings. In fact, my favourite flat ride in the world is one of those, a little bit bigger than Maelstrom, and that's Loki, that's located at Liseberg in Sweden. A beautiful amusement park. Of course, I've filmed it before here on the channel many times, so make sure you check it out. Just thought I'd come for a little lap round on the Reptile Express. Nice train ride. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved the trains. And of course, here at Drayton Manor, you got two of them. You got one in Thomasland, and you got this one as well that runs around the lake. And of course, you get some great views as well of Shockwave when it's going round. Don't know if we're going to time it very well. I don't think so. Sometimes, you know, if you're just going up the lift hill, you get some really nice shots of it here on the loop. Did used to like walking down this path, and hopefully in the future, you know, they'll get this all back open down here so we can walk down. Yeah, you imagine that loop as a sit down, it'd be very, very intense. It'd be a proper round loop, you know, designed for that stand-up train. But yeah, Maelstrom's incredible. It's a great ride here at the park. It really is. It's one of those that I really hope stays here, and it's a unique attraction. It really is to have here in the UK. I love my flat rides, and they're the reason what keep me coming back to this park. You know, with Air Race, a great flat ride. Of course, Maelstrom, that's great. Apocalypse. Yeah, there's some really good attractions here that just keep me coming back for more. We had this new bit of theming put in last year as well. So I'll show you a few more shots here from the Reptile Express. Probably have a ride on the Bounty then, the park's pirate ship. Bounty was running really well there. Still one of the best pirate ships in the UK in my opinion. I'd say the Bounty here at Drayton Manor, and also Black Buccaneer at Chessington when it's not in bits, is also one of the best ones in the UK. It just really got the height to it, you know, especially when you sat on either side of the boat. Really feels like they've done some work to that over winter. In fact, they definitely have, because that was running really well, and it felt like, you know, just a lot smoother. The transitions, you know, when it hit the tyre underneath, really good. Yeah, enjoyed that a lot. Of course, it's just so quiet here today, isn't it? It's like I probably won't stay until ride close today, unless there's still things that I need to see and of course get updates on. But going to go and ride a classic now. Of course, we've got the Buffalo down here, the Buffalo Coaster, which has been here for a long time, this ride, and there's been lots of rumours over the years saying, oh, you know, they're going to take it out, it's the space for a new ride, and there was then plans a few years ago for a coaster on this site, but I don't think it's going to be going anytime soon because it's had a track repaint for 2019. Fair play to Drayton Manor with what they've got. They do tend to, you know, refurbish things quite well. It's like Maelstrom's had some new stickers and all the paintwork done on it. Things look really fresh, but yeah, look at the track just here on the Buffalo. Looks really, really fresh for 2019. So yeah, go and have a ride on it. Some off-ride footage there from the Buffalo Coaster and also the Flying Dutchman here at Drayton Manor. In terms of the Buffalo and that repaint, really don't think it's going anytime soon now, especially now they've done that. They've even painted like the section that goes over the water as well, so that's quite interesting. Like I said, I don't think they go to all that effort if they had plans to remove it anytime soon. But honestly, it's absolutely empty today. Like, there's just a few groups walking around. There's like one school group that are here, and just a few updates from this top end of the park now. As you can see, Ice Age, No Time for Nuts 4D. That's still in operation, of course. We've already seen that before, and it did used to actually be at Alton Towers, that film as well. But time for another roller coaster now. Accelerator, of course, when it opened back in 2011, it was known as Ben 10 Ultimate Mission. So let's go and have a little ride on here. In general, I think the park looks really fresh. I mean, all these buildings down here, they always do a good job of keeping what they've got quite nice and fresh and painted. It's just a shame there's been quite a few removals, of course, over the past few years. Yeah, let's have a little ride on here. Love the queue line. In my opinion, this looks so much better than when it was Ben 10. I mean, I liked it when it was Ben 10, but I just think it looks a lot nicer now. You know me, I'm not a big fan of IPs. I like stuff, you know, when it's unique, their own brand. And this is all right in here. It looks decent, especially when you get around this corner. Got all the racing car theme like you're in a garage. All these different logos up here. Yeah, I do really quite like it. Different motors and various different parts. Loads of tyres, seats. And of course you come around here into the main part of the queue line. Gets very, very hot in here in the summer, mind. Yeah, I do think they did a good job of all this when they changed it over a couple of years back. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you some off-ride footage, of course, from Accelerator. Shame you can't film on ride here anymore on the coasters and things. You used to be allowed to use a chest-mounted GoPro, but unfortunately, they don't allow it anymore. It's a shame. Here's some off-ride shots. Just had a ride then on Accelerator. I was on the front row, the only one on the train, which was good. So you feel really exposed on that ride, especially on the front row and how it's designed. I did really enjoy it, and I really feel like, as I was saying earlier on, with Drayton Manor going more so down that family route, more attractions like Accelerator, I feel would work in this park. I mean, I keep going on about Paulton's Park, but they're a prime example of how to do a family park. And they're putting in some great investments, and of course next year with Tornado Springs, a big new area opening up, I really feel like Paulton's have got it right, and hopefully Drayton Manor are sort of going to follow suit with that in the future. Anyway, I'm going to do some rides up this end of the park, and also have a ride on Pandemonium at some point. It did just go down whilst I was walking around, but it's back up now and there's people on it, so I will do that at some point. Of course, I have a ride on Sheriff Showdown and also Drunken Barrels. But as I mentioned earlier on, Apocalypse is closed at the moment, and it's still expected to be shut for a few weeks. So if you are an Apocalypse fan, like I say, it's my favourite ride at the park. You might be worth holding off a little bit until it's open. But there is some work taking place, so let's have a little look, shall we? If I spin you around this way, of course you can see we've got all the signage out here. Please excuse our mess as we work to enhance your experience. You got all these barriers. I love how they've spray painted them all gold as well. That's quite interesting. But yeah, as we can see, there's a few different vans out, and it's Floor Tech Limited flooring contractors, and you got a website on there as well. And of course, as always, I like to, you know, to work out what's going on. And I've been on the website, which is currently down for maintenance, so I couldn't really find out that much about it. But I did see on another page that they just tend to do do all different types of flooring and things. So looks like they're going to be having a brand new floor inside Apocalypse. From speaking to a few people, it seems like quite a bit of work's going on inside there, which is good to see. You know, it's nice to see they're looking after it. Like I say, quite a lot of rides here have had a bit of TLC over the past few years. Look at the likes of Stormforce 10, obviously Maelstrom. You know, they replaced all the restraints on that a few years back. You know, they really do look after the rides, what they've got here. And I know there's been quite a few removals, but I really feel like they're trying to maybe fix up everything what they've already got and then hopefully invest in something new. That's what I'm really hoping for. And you've only got to look at the likes of Buffalo. You know, they've painted it all up. But yeah, Apocalypse, I've been on some great drop towers around the world, but Apocalypse is still probably the most intense one that I've been on. And look at it, you know, it's not even that tall compared to the likes of Hurricane Condor, for example, at Portaventura. But you know, it's just so much more forceful. I'm really looking forward to getting back on it, and that'll be my next visit now down here to Drayton Manor, once all the floor's in. And of course that's back open. Anyway, a couple of friends are here as well, who I know, so I'm going to do a couple of rides with them, and we'll go for a ride on Drunken Barrels. Here's a little update for you on Sean's Spinning Sausage. There it is, get that hashtag going, there it is in the middle, look. Ooh. Of course last year when we came in it was gone. Then it came back after a bit of a refurbishment. There it is. It's not dry though, it's got sauce on. And how's she doing with the jug just here? Jugs of beer. How you doing? You alright? Yeah? Oh, she's just waiting for Apocalypse to be fixed. There you are. Yeah, that new floor's going in. Don't worry, you keep there with your steins. I'll see you at Europa Park. Love it. Da, 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 da. You've got a bonus. Up next, it's time for a ride on Sheriff Showdown. Time to take back the West. Let's go. Right, here we go then. Time to take back the West on Sheriff Showdown. Oh, here he is. Hello. Interactive dart ride. I'm not going to shoot that much on this, but they are. Of course, this was refurbished for last year. Looks a lot better. Don't remember it being quite this dark around these scenes though. There we go, of course I put this star cloth in. Looks a lot better in here than it did before. I said for years that it just needed some walls putting up on the side, and they did it. Of course a lot of these effects in here are all moving items and things when you actually hit them. Like that, there you are. There we are, oh, hello. Oh yeah, everything in a good state. Can I get that one up there? No. Can't get him. One at the top. Take back the West. Oh. Oh. Did we get him? Yes. You got a bonus. Yeah. Good to see we got a bonus. Like I said, when they did the upgrade at first, that sound effect wasn't on there. I had a little joke with some of the staff that I knew at the park and said, come on, we need to get a bonus back. And they did put it back on. You got a bonus. Wonderful. That's what I always wanted. We're going to get another. Come on. Gotta get another bonus. There we go. You got a bonus. You got to join in for the next one. That's if I get another bonus. I might not be lucky enough to get... Oh, there we go. You got a bonus. Here we are. I got a bonus. Where are they? There they are. You got a bonus. Have you got a bonus yet? He's got a bonus. That's all right. Love it. Oh, we have a good laugh. Come on. There's always room for one more. Don't know how, but I'm hoping for another bonus. Oh, you're right there, horse. Come on, there's another bonus in it somewhere. Oh, he's just got one, I heard him. Come on, we got another bonus? No. No more bonuses for me. Oh, that's it. Oh, there we go. You got a bonus. Love it. Right then, after getting a nice bonus there, of course, on Sheriff Showdown, it's time for a ride on the Haunting. And I've been told there's even more changes for 2019. Of course, I'm a big fan of this ride, Vekoma Madhouse, and of course we're getting a third one of these in the UK. Opens in a few weeks down at Legoland Windsor, the Haunted House Monster Party. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, big fan of this. That was the original here in the UK, and then we had Hex, of course, at Alton Towers. And yeah, I've been told there's been a few little changes inside this attraction, and it's going to be even more spooky, especially if I go through here on my own. So yes, no trespassing down here at Drayton Green Vicarage, 1796. Let's go inside and have a look. Again, unfortunately, even though this is a dark ride, they don't allow you to film in here anymore. They did stop that a couple of years ago. But yeah, you just want to wait down here. It says every 15 minutes or so, you know, give or take. Can be a little bit less sometimes, can be a little bit more, of course, you know, if you've just literally walked into the queue and they've already let a group go inside. But anyway, you just got to wait for the host to come out and let me in. And I'll see you when I come out of the haunting, and I'll keep you up to date on the changes for this season. Right then, so I've just stepped off the haunting here at Drayton Manor. It's always been one of my favourite rides here at the park, ever since I first did it as a kid, but very impressed with what they've done now. Further upgrades to the attraction in terms of the effects used inside. I'll explain a bit about it for those of you that aren't familiar with it. Maybe you've never ridden it before, or maybe you've done it many years ago. Basically, a few years back, they completely repackaged the ride, put some new lighting, audio, various other visual effects in there, some projections. All that's still there, but they've made some upgrades to one of the scenes for this year. So the attraction starts where you actually go into this unit just behind me. That's actually the back of a lorry, and in there you learn all about Ripper, the research into paranormal activity that's happening inside the Drayton Green Vicarage. So once you've seen that video, you're led through into a corridor where you've got a skeleton scare that comes from above, all smoke effects and things in there. That was working great. Then go into the library, which is the final room before you get on the madhouse itself. And yeah, this is where there's been a lot of changes done for this year. So in here, what you've now got is all new audio in there. They've also replaced the speakers. There's some new lighting effects. They've completely reprogrammed it all in there, which is great. The floor wobbles, which it did before, but of course it's all been reprogrammed. It's all a little bit different now. And the biggest change is the projections. The visuals itself, it used to be like an old man, like a ghost effect. Now it's quite clear it's a sort of middle-aged woman what they've got. It's the lady of the house, I think she's called, and it's basically changed up that whole middle section of the ride. And I tell you what, it's a lot more scary now. Here's me saying it feels more like a family park. I'm surprised that they've done them visuals, because some quite big jump scares, you know, in terms of she looks like a spooky ghost face and then it changes a couple of times, you know. It's quite scary, especially for the little ones. I'm really surprised they've done it, but I love it. Like, I'm really pleased with that. And like I say, they've you know, just changed all the lighting. They've put a couple of new lights in on the floor at the front that sort of shine down. Lots of smoke and stuff in there. The mirrors are all moving still on the walls. It's just a big improvement basically. And even when they did the upgrade a few years ago, you still struggled to hear what the ghost was saying, whereas now you can tell clearly what she is saying. And I think there's a speaker sort of right behind the portrait where she's projected onto, so it actually sounds like she's talking now. I'm not sure if it was like that before. I don't think it was, but yeah, really impressed with what Drayton Manor have done to that. Yeah, just really nice solid change what they've made here at the park. Just don't miss the haunting. I know a lot of people come here and they do miss it because, you know, of where it's located and the fact that you have to wait 15 minutes or so. But yeah, great attraction, and this is quite a nice angle of it here. Just spin you around so you can see. Yeah, that's obviously the entrance where you head in, and of course all your other rooms are located in the building. Then you head into the show building, which we can just see a bit of here. Of course, where the ride itself is located. Very impressed. 10 out of 10 from me with the haunting. Very impressed with that. I've been on all of my favourite rides so far today here at Drayton Manor, and I thought just before we head into Thomasland and have a look at any updates around there for this season, have a little walk through the zoo, and again see some of my favourite animals like the meerkats just here. Oh, hello. What's that? What? Yeah? You want to go on Apocalypse? You can't, it's closed. A few more weeks yet. Sorry. New floors going in. Not that way, other way. But yeah, I thought I'd walk around here, see what we've got in terms of updates for this year. Of course, Meerkat Manor. It's a little section here. Quite a few people around the zoo. There's more people walking around the zoo than there is the theme park. Let's have a little walk inside here, shall we? Normally stinks quite a bit in here. Oh, it's not as bad today. Anybody in? It's quite a nice little theme section, this. I think they're all outside. Oh, he's just poking his head in over there. Oh, he's coming in. Hello? Who's that? Who's that? Yeah. Yeah, it normally stinks quite a bit in here, but not as bad today. Yeah, it's quite well themed, isn't it? Yeah, I can't see any more in here. It's nice, quite warm outside today, isn't it? You know, I'm not got my coat on today, so right, let's have a walk around this way. We'll go in the Reptile House, shall we? Let's have a little ponder through there. Here's a bit of a snake warning for you. If you don't like snakes, look away now. Here we go. Jamaican boy just there, chilling out. He's not bothered about riding Apocalypse, oh no. He just wants to go on, I don't know, Python at F-telling. There you go. I'll zoom in on him just there. Whoa. Nice zoom on this camera, great for zooming right in on animals such as snakes. So we've got a new animal coming soon here in the Reptile House. Here you go, arriving soon. We've got the Gaboon Viper. I think that's how we're saying it, Gaboon. Looks to me more like a heater, but there you go. Yeah, of course, I'm joking. That's obviously a heater for it. There are, new installation. A Basque Zone heater. There you go, Sun Switch edition. Yeah, there's more people in here than there is walking around the rest of the park, I think. That crocodile, there he is, in a wild crocodile. He's down there, chilling out. So here we have the radiated tortoise. Oh, there you are. Hello down there. Oh, he shut his eyes, he doesn't want to be on camera. If I zoom out now, see if he opens his eyes. Oh no. Oh, there you go. Bit camera shy, are you? Oh. Quite a few of these in here. Yeah, and that's all for the Reptile House. Let's continue having a walk around Drayton Manor Zoo. Oh, here we go. We've got a bit of activity with these. Saying hello. Maybe because it's the first day of the season, they're not used to seeing people, so they're like, hello. 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 You're on Theme Park Worldwide. On YouTube. Oh, what's he doing?
Say bye. Bye.
Another one up here. Hello. You gonna come down and say hello? Hello.
Bye.
He's just chilled out, hanging around, thinking, who's this? I've seen him before. He's had a season pass for 7 years. The sun's coming out now as well. Lovely. Hello. Oh, that's it. Here's a look at one of the tigers on the prowl. Here he is. Hello. Oh, back that way. Here's the other one. He's in here just having a chill out. What are you doing in here, mate? The sun's shining out there. Oh, having a yawn. Oh, you know what he wants to go on? Oh, he's up. He's up. He wants to ride G-Force, but he can't. Sorry. I know, you're going in a grump. Yes, you want to ride G-Force. You can't. It's coming out. It's gone. It's been sold. You just chill out. Don't worry, you still got Shockwave. Let's continue our little tour of the zoo with a walk through the Tamarin Trail. Have a little walk around here. This was a new section a few years ago. Of course, you got that nice entrance sign there at the front, and all the little buildings around the side. You also get a little look over here to the left at some of the theming that's still in place, of course, from Excalibur, which was the boat ride that shook quite a few years ago now, a boat ride that ran all around this area, and it was great, to be honest. I really enjoyed it, and you can just see, if I zoom in there, one of the scenes that was around halfway around the ride itself, and you can just see part of the castle there at the back as well, that's now used at Christmas as the Santa's Grotto and the Castle of Dreams. Yeah, you actually used to go inside that, and there was a animatronic dragon and everything. What's actually still there, what they use during Christmas. But yeah, you got a few scenes just here on the left as well that remain. There was the former Jungle Cruise style attraction, what was there before it. But yeah, you know, it's a massive space. Like, you look at this, and of course Pirates Adventure, the dark ride that's been shut for a few years now. I mean, they've said that that isn't coming back, and I believe, you know, there's quite a lot of work that's been taking place in there. I don't think we're going to see it coming back, unfortunately, as a boat ride. With the building, you know, seems to have quite a few issues. But yeah, you never know. There's a big space here. When you look, you know, you've got all this section just here from where Excalibur used to be, and of course from where Pirates Adventure was, which I am gutted about. I do wish they had just spent the money, you know, what it would have needed to get that fixed, because it was a fantastic dark ride. But it wouldn't surprise me if we see maybe a new dark ride in there in the next few years, of course following on with the whole family market. Or possibly even an extension to Thomas Land and have some of it indoors. Of course, Thomas is very popular here at the park, and you know, it's the main draw, isn't it, really, for a lot of people now. So it wouldn't surprise me if you see more Thomas, or maybe even relocating some of the rides from outside indoors, because you've got to think it opens in February half term, it opens in throughout November and December for Christmas. You know, it would make sense to maybe put some rides indoors. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I can't really see much action around here, to be honest. You know, the sun's out and they're all inside. Not too sure. Got a bit of a hashtag going on up there. Am I even saying it right? Tamarin? I don't know how you say it. You know what my pronunciation's like. But we'll follow it around this way. Of course, the zoo then leads in to the back of Thomas Land, so to speak, where you can also get the train back down into the centre of Thomas Land, which I plan on doing from up here. Of course, also around this side of the park, you've got the Dino Trail. It's had a bit of a refurbishment for 2019. Bit of a colour scheme change here, that's all been painted up. So I thought I'd take a little walk around, especially because the sun's out. Just have a look and see if we've got any more updates from around here to report on. Nice photo point that, isn't it, with the big T-Rex. This looks like it's been cleaned up a little bit around here. Maybe they've cleaned some of the dinosaurs off a little bit. Or sorry, maybe they've had a bath, maybe they've had a wash. Yeah, all this has been painted up down the sides just here. A few little bits of clean have been done around the side. What this needs really is a soundtrack around here, or just some more sound effects. Of course, in my opinion, the best dinosaur sort of walkthrough is not too far away, actually. If you love dinosaurs, take your kids to the West Midlands Safari Park. They've got an amazing dinosaur walkthrough with all animatronics, sound effects, smoke effects. So it's really, really good, and they've got all the Ice Age section there as well. So it's well worth going to see. We did go there last year, and we'll be going again soon and doing another vlog for 2019. Oh, this is fresh, looks nice. Cleared all the water out a bit. Just little things, isn't it, sometimes? I think, is that fence new there as well? It's either new or maybe it was done last year, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's the one thing with this now, you know, I'd really like just some audio around here, and there was some speakers about before. In fact, they are still there, like these little rock speakers. But yeah, they just need a bit of audio, you know, just some sound effects. And I know they're not animatronic, so they're never going to be amazing, but it could be made a lot better. Anything can be made better with audio, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll have a little walk around here. Of course, you've got the little driving school around here. Is it Terrence's driving school as part of this end of Thomas Land? Of course, the train, and also the Thomas and Friends exhibition. And I think Charlotte would kill me if I didn't go and see the goats. So we'll go and have a bit of a goat update for you in this vlog. Such a nice sunny day, and the pink flamingos have come out to play. Say hello to the viewers on Theme Park Worldwide. Come on, that's it. Hello. Hello, how you all doing? Oh, that one's a big fan at the back. He's a bit shy. Well, he's a big fan. That does remind me that if you do ever see us when we're at the theme parks, whether it's just me on my own or with Charlotte or in a group, come over and say hello. Of course, come and have a quick photo if you want one. Come and have a chat. It's always nice to meet people that enjoy watching the videos. Yeah, pink flamingos. If we just follow it around this way, oh, I nearly tripped then. This takes you around towards the driving school. It is Terence's driving school, and of course the goats and the Thomas and Friends exhibition, which is really nice actually. I mean, hardly anybody comes around here, even on a busy day, to be honest. But yeah, if we follow it around here, of course, the Thomas and Friends exhibition is located just down the end there in that building. It's actually really nice, especially if you like model trains and things. And there's your driving school. Oh, and there's the goats. I can see one. I'm going to wind Charlotte up now and send her a picture. Here we are then inside the Thomas and Friends exhibition. Like I say, really nice in here, and it's well worth coming to see it. In a way, it's in the wrong place. It needs to be in the heart of Thomasland, really. And like I said earlier on, if they do decide to turn what was Pirates Adventures show building into something else, then yeah, I could see them maybe bringing this down there, or maybe even the driving school and having them indoors. Because yeah, this is really nice to come and see. Gives you a good idea of how they used to film Thomas as well, doesn't it, with all physical set pieces and things. Like, it is fantastic. Really nice. I can't actually see the main man himself there. Oh, there we go. Here he is, engine number 1, Thomas. There you go. He's just parked up at the moment. I don't think he's working. Poor Thomas, just sat there. He's still got a smile on his face though. We're going to have a little ride on the train in just a moment as well. That'll take us down into the heart of Thomasland. Of course, in my opinion, it's one of the best children's areas in the UK. I do rate it very, very highly. I think it's fantastic. Much nicer than CBeebies Land at Alton Towers, in my opinion. Of course, it's got a lot of better ride hardware in there. But here they are. It's the goats. Welcome to Goat Park Worldwide 2019. And here we are. Hello. Of course, at the end of last year, they put like some little viewing windows in around the side so you can see them a bit better. But oh, yeah, I flinched a bit then. I don't think they're used to seeing anyone, are they? Hello. I don't remember that little walkway last year either. Is that new? I think it could be, you know. He's enjoying it no matter what. He recognises me, lot. Oh no, I think he's asking for Charlotte. You wonder where Charlotte is? I will bring her at some point. She hasn't got a season pass, but I'll bring her. Of course, when you get a season pass, you get your £18 vouchers, and I'll tell you a bit more about that actually later on. But there you go. Of course, me and Charlotte are heading to Chessington on Saturday, so make sure you watch the vlog from there, and of course, plenty more Goat Park Worldwide to come. Oh, he's looking. He's thinking, where's Charlotte? Where's Charlotte? Where is she?
This is a one-way trip up to Bradford Station, home of Thomasland. Could all passengers remain seated, keeping hands and arms inside the carriage whilst the train is moving. Thank you and enjoy the journey.
Off we go then on our journey up to Thomasland.
See the kangaroo in the second field. You lying in the sunshine.
Got a bit of commentary today. Of course, they have 2 trains on the circuit at one time, so one leaves the other end, and this one leaves this end, and they swap round here.
Thomas's friends on the station.
One comes up this way, and the other comes around that way. There he is, there's Percy. Oh, we just missed him at the front there. Really nice and warm now, the sun's out though. It's only quite a short train ride, this one. It does get busy queues from in Thomasland, so I definitely recommend if you are visiting, have a walk through the zoo and then jump on the train at this end like I've done, and it'll bring you into Thomasland. It might also make it a bit more magical for the kids, because it'll feel like you're arriving into Soda. Some trucks runaway coaster, I'll definitely be having a ride on that. Good fun little Gerslau, that one. Little cranky crane here on the left. Little drop tower, Winston. It's a little monorail ride. And here we are arriving at the station. Have a little walk round, quite quiet around Thomasland as well today. No queue there, look, for the quality Gerslau. Oh, they are. It's been painted yellow as well on the station. Long to Knapford Station. All change, please, all change. off then with a little ride on Winston. Like I said, that little monorail where you get some great views over Thomasland and also the rest of Drayton Manor Park as well. Really nice park, especially in the sunshine. I think the fact it's got the lake in the middle is really nice. And I bring a picnic every time I come. I'll just sit next to the lake for 20 minutes or so and just take in the atmosphere. It's actually really nice. Quite nice weather now for riding Stormforce 10. Still not going to do it though. It's about just over half an hour drive back to mine. I don't want to sit there soaked. There's the fat controller up there on the top of the station. Yeah, it's quite rare to see Thomasland not very busy actually. Obviously the good thing about this ride, it's got the retractable roof, so obviously if they think it's going to rain they can put the roof on, or still at this time of year where it's a little bit chilly they can have the roof on, and then of course they can take it off if they want to as well, which is quite cool. There's Thomas. I managed to get on Thomas when we rode on it just. Wasn't on Percy, I was on number 1. Of course, a few years ago you had the big expansion as well of Thomasland, all down the back section there. And James and the Red Balloon that was put in more recently. Rocking Bulstrode, just a standard Zamperla rocking tub. And of course the Thomasland shop, we'll head in there next because this ride actually exits through the gift shop. Yeah, all of this here is Pirate Adventure, that big dart ride that I keep talking about. In all of the green building there, it's a massive space. You imagine what they could do with that, you know, it is interesting. I think we'll see something happen sooner rather than later. Well, I hope so anyway.
Everyone is on track.
Someone walk around the rest of the land. Here's a little look then inside the Thomasland shop. Like I say, you can just walk into this or you can get to it when you come off the Winston's monorail. You get a nice little view there on the little vintage cars ride as well, which is testing at the moment. They are going around very slowly. Yeah, it's just that and Apocalypse closed today, so I'd say they've had a very successful opening day really today. You know, it's only them 2 rides of course that are still here that are closed. Obviously I can't really class Pirates Adventure and G-Force as their permanent closures, but yeah, hopefully they get this sorted soon. Not been on that for quite a while though. Yeah, all the clouds and stuff in here, it's quite nice, isn't it? Got a look at some of the merchandise, different badges, lots of different plushes, they're £16. Of course you can buy all your different Thomas trains and things in here as well. So clothing on sale as well. There is another gift shop though around the corner which was built as part of the expansion to the area. Yeah, we'll carry on walking around this way and have a look past the station and round to the other side. Now with the real updates to see around this side of Thomasland, just looks really nice and fresh. I mean, it's clear that Drayton Manor absolutely love this area, and so they should. It's something to be proud of. It's a really nice part of the park, and of course lots of different rides. Like I said earlier on, the ride hardware here, in my opinion, is a lot better than that can be found in the likes of CBeebies Land, Alton Towers. Of course, I know they're putting in a lot more new rides there in CBeebies Land, but there's still quite a few older attractions from when it was the farmyard. You know, so it's nice to see with this area, it is pretty much all new rides when they built this, and yeah, it looks really nice and fresh. Good to see all the rides running around. Captain's Sea Adventure over there. Of course, we got the little squirter guns where you spin around. It's quite good fun. The fire rescue, quite a nice style ride those are. It's good fun, isn't it, for the kids? And it's a well-themed area, all the little buildings around here. Yeah, we've pretty much seen all the updates today. I'm going to head over towards Stormforce 10. I said earlier on I'd get a little bit of footage for you. I'm not going on it today, even though I wish I brought some clothes now because the weather's lovely. But yeah, I'm just going to get a bit of off-ride footage just so you can see that. And yeah, do a few more re-rides. There's just over an hour to go of the day. And that'll be all from the 2019 opening day from here at Drayton Manor. Do you like that little waterfall there from the umbrella? It's not raining today, Fat Controller. It's a nice day. We are really lucky here in the UK to have 4 really unique standout water rides. Of course, Stormforce 10 that I'm looking at right now here at Drayton Manor, Valhalla and my personal favourite at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And then of course you've got Drenched down at Oakwood in Wales, and also Tidal Wave at Thorpe Park. I'm very lucky to have those. They're all fantastic water rides. It's quite funny, isn't it? Especially with the weather what we get over here in this country. Oh, they're in the best seats though there. A little zoom in. Oh yeah, oh, they don't look too wet there. That's where you want to be there. 3rd row, 2nd from the back. Of course, you don't get quite as wet on the first and the last drop, down that fantastic double drop. But yeah, I can't imagine Drayton Manor without Stormforce 10, so it's great to see that they've spent the money and gave it a bit of an overhaul. But anyway, I'm going to head back round there, have another ride on Shockwave and Maelstrom before wrapping up my day here at Drayton Manor. Some shots there of Stormforce 10, and I also had a nice ride there on Shockwave and Maelstrom to end my day here at Drayton Manor. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update in terms of the parking situation. We did mention at the end of last year that parking charges were coming in. They've been in for a while now. They're actually in for the Christmas event and also for February half term. But yeah, it's now £4 to park your car at Drayton Manor. A few years ago they did charge for parking, but they didn't really check it properly. I mean, you used to buy a ticket with your park tickets, and then you used to have to show it on the turnstiles when you went out. Now they've got a proper barrier system in. Yeah, it's £4 for parking. As much as I don't agree with any theme park charging for parking, you know, I just don't think you should do. I mean, I know the Disney parks do it, Europa Park, all these parks do it. There's not many where it is free these days. You know, so I can kind of understand why Drayton Manor have followed suit. It's a shame really when you've still got the likes of Paulton's Park and stuff where it is free, but yeah, at least they've put in a proper nice system for it. It's the AMPR style recognition system as well. It recognises your number plates, and if you've got a Drayton Manor Ultimate Pass, which is what I've got this year, a season pass, you do get free parking, and you actually go into guest services and yeah, you give them your number plate and they say that the barrier should lift up. So I'll give you an update on that after today, because I'm going to check that out. But anyway, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about the Drayton Ultimate Pass, and we'll wrap up the vlog. So there we go, it's come to the end of my day here at Drayton Manor for the 2019 opening day of the park, and I think it's been the best opening day in a few years actually. Only 2 rides closed, only one of them being major, which of course is Apocalypse, but I did know about that before coming down here. And the good thing is about Drayton Manor, they update you twice really, because on the website they've got a little square and they put on there on the morning, quite early actually, if any rides are going to be closed. And also when you're driving in, you've also got the boards at the entrances to the park as well that list off the rides that are shut, so you do get advance warning if there are any planned closures. But like I say, I'll be back in a few weeks. Quite a few people have said, you know, we're looking at sort of mid-April for Apocalypse, so that's when I'll next be down here, and of course I'll most likely do a vlog and let you know my thoughts on the changes in there for this year. Now I mentioned just about Drayton's Ultimate Pass, which has seen an increase on the season pass price this year, but you get a lot of extras with it, including free parking, and you also get a lanyard and a pin badge as well. Hey, Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube, check it out. Oh, she's watched it, love it. But yeah, you get a lanyard and a pin badge. So here's the pin badge just here. Obviously it says on there, Drayton's Ultimate Pass 2019. Probably a nice pin badge. You also get a lanyard as well. But yes, that's quite a nice little thing what they do. I mean, the price of the pass has gone up, but you got to think you get those, you get your parking, you get your £18 vouchers for bringing friends and family. So, you know, it can work out good value for you, especially if you plan on coming quite a lot throughout the year. And I think especially now there's a parking charge, it's well worth getting one. You know, for me, I'll always have a pass as long as Apocalypse is still here. Maelstrom, The Haunting, Stormforce, Shockwave. You know, there's some really unique rides here and some great flat rides at this park. I know a lot of people out there feel like Drayton Manor, you know, have took out a lot of rides. They've not really put anything in new. But I think it's a park to watch. I still think, you know, there's some life left in it. There's, you know, a big family market out there, and Alton Towers isn't far away from this park. It's clear we're not going to be seeing any big thrill rides coming here anytime soon, if at all. It's a family park. We can see them go down the route of Portland's Park. I'd be happy. I'd love to see a couple more family coasters. A lot of people, and myself included, a few years back was saying, yeah, one big thrill ride, but actually, after seeing how they're changing all the branding and the way the park seems to be going, I think that'd be a bad move for them. I think, you know, more family attractions and, yeah, using that Space and Pirates adventure, using the area where G-Force is when that goes, to build some new family attractions. I think that's where they're going to go, and I look forward to, of course, following it here on Theme Park Worldwide. There's some lovely staff here, there really is. So it's been great to get back and chat to everyone here today. It's a lovely, nice atmosphere park. It's been very quiet. I've got lots of rides in, seen lots of friends that both work here and also a few that I met up with on park. So yeah, it's been a great day. Thanks for joining me for the first vlog of 2019 here from Drayton Manor, and I'm walking over to this lovely sign because what a nice way to wrap up the video. As I say, that means it's time to cue those credits. Nearly didn't get it lined up then. See you later.